Alright, what's going on everyone? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing a video giving my thoughts on who should be Rick Grimes' love interest in the future of the Walking Dead television series. Right, so before we start, I want to say happy 4th of July to all my friends in the South in the United States. So happy 4th of July to all of you guys. I had an extra day off this week for Canada Day. It is a holiday here in Canada. And as you guys can see, I spent it setting up the old backdrop again. The reason for that, switching from the green screen, of course, the reason for that basically is because I tried the green screen for a couple months. I was kind of battling with it. I felt like it looked better, and I think it did, but there was some problems with it where it was too zoomed in on me, you know, because of the back. See how much the frame fills here? Is that the green screen can't fill that, so it has to be more zoomed in this room. So that was one thing. But the biggest thing was it was taking so long. Every video I did had to be at least 45 minutes to make a video with the green screen because of the rendering just took forever. Whereas this way I can, you know, before work or whatever, if I have, you know, half an hour, I can get a quick video done and throw it up for you guys so that you can, you know, you can check it out. And because you guys know I do about, you know, a video every day or more, like 10 videos a week, or at least usually I do, especially when The Walking Dead's on. With that, you know, being each one being an hour by itself, pretty much 45 minutes to an hour. With rendering, it was just taking so long, and I wasn't able to just like get quick things done, get quick videos done. If I just want to get one done real fast, get it out there for you guys, and then go on with my day. With that damn green screen, I could not do that. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to switch back to the old style, and you know, in the future, I could always go back to the green screen again if I want to, but you know, it didn't make that much of a difference with the channel, and it just made things for me double as hard, twice as hard to make the same video. So I decided I'm going to switch back. The old layout still looks cool, and so for the time being, I'll go with that. Then maybe I'll make some changes to it in the future. But for now, I'm going to stick with this for a while. So just want to let you guys know that. So yeah, with regards to this video, we're going to be discussing who should Rick's love interest be in the future for the Walking Dead television series. Now, this discussion will contain some spoilers for anyone who hasn't read the comic book series all the way through. So if you're still intending to read the comic book series and you haven't yet, there's a spoiler warning for you. In the comic book series, post the Lori death, of course, we have a while before Rick has any kind of relationship with a lady in the Alexandria safe zone. Is the first one. Her name is Jessie, actually. And she's a weird one. She's a weird character because if you guys remember from reading it, or spoilers if you haven't, basically at the Alexandria safe zone, she is married to, or she's with a doctor, but the guy's crazy, beating up her kid and everything like that. And Rick is the sort of town sheriff at that time. His role in the community is to keep the peace, and quickly he finds out that that's happening, so he goes after this Peter guy. And to make a long story short, basically she falls in love with him, and they have some kind of relationship, but it doesn't last very long. And before you know it, she's killed off, as well as her son, as well as Peter too. So basically, that's a weird type of relationship because in the series, it just lasts for a little while and then boom, it's gone. It's almost like most people probably wouldn't even remember it. The more memorable one in the comic book series is when he is with Andrea afterwards, which now people who have only seen the TV series are probably going to say like, what, Rick and Andrea are together in the comic book series? Yeah, they actually get married after a time skip, which is kind of weird, and Carl calls her mom and everything. But Andrea in the comic book series, if you haven't read it, is really awesome. She's a very, very cool character, and she's a lot different from how she was interpreted in the television series, where she hooked up with the governor and did all this other kind of stuff and kind of switched sides and everything and wasn't able to kill the governor. The comic book series version, none of that ever happened. She was just part of the group. She was with Dale, actually, which is kind of weird because he was a lot older than her. And she became like a sharpshooter, basically, with a rifle. So she's like a sniper. She can, you know, take out other, you know, attacking groups or take out walkers very easily. She's basically a super tough fighter that can shoot from a mile away, sniper status. and is a very strong character in the group. So her and Rick develop a relationship over time since they're two of the long-running survivors, and it goes from there. So this was a video request. Basically, sorry I didn't write down your name, you who asked, but you can write in the comments below that you asked for this, and everybody thumb it up. Basically, the person who asked wanted to know, who do I think is going to be Rick's next love interest, since we don't have Andrea in the TV series. Andrea's dead, of course. And the other Jessie character, we may or may not see her in the TV series. And personally, I think we probably won't, because she's kind of unnecessary to the overall story. It just kind of feels like a short little arc that never really goes anywhere at the Alexandria Safe Zone. So to do a prediction for the TV series, what do we think is going to happen? We're in start of season 5 is coming up. After that, when do we think Rick's going to hook up with somebody? Who's it going to be? Since it can't be Andrea. Well, I do think that Michonne, and there's been some talk about this so far, and I think I've done a video on this in the past before, about those two as a couple. And because Michonne's got the relationship starting with Carl, we got to see it in After, we got to see how they were reunited and separated. And I think it makes a lot of sense. She's a really tough, strong female, similar to Andrea in the comic books, very similar. Only, of course, rather than being a sniper, she's a close combat type fighter with a sword and everything. But she's really tough as nails in terms of in that way. She's been with the group for a while now. Rick is the one who let her in, if you guys remember when she came up to the gate and everything. She's always helped out the group. She's always been a good contributor. So and also trying to find the governor when everybody told her that he was gone, which was also smart because she did the best she could to try to find him to circumvent the events of Too Far Gone. She had that foresight to see that beforehand. So I think she's a really strong female and would make a really good partner for Rick in The Walking Dead. She'd also help protect Carl. She could be a good mother to him, replacement mother for Lori, because Lori is useless, basically. Where's Carl? Anyone seen Carl? Just terrible. So I hate Lori. You guys know that. So anyway, I think Michonne, to make a long story short, would be a great choice for that. And I think that might be where they're going. However, you never know. It might not be. It just kind of seems like it at this point right now, based on the second half of The Walking Dead Season 4. Could be totally misreading it, though. Could be not where they're going at all. But I think that's probably the most likely. The next is that we meet a new character who we haven't met yet in the Alexandria Safe Zone, or maybe in Terminus, or somewhere along the lines. And no, I don't think it's going to be Mary from Terminus. I mean like somebody in Terminus that would be like a good guy survivor trapped that they rescue, or something like that. So I think that's a possibility. Someone at the Alexandria Safe Zone, when they get there, that's a possibility. Aside from that, I can't really think of anybody else, really. I mean, there's Carol, but, she's kind of in that Daryl Beth thing, and there's actually a picture released from Spoil the Dead on Facebook of her with Daryl, just standing side by side, getting ready to film and everything, Norman Reedus, for Season 5. So I doubt that they would do anything like that. Plus, her and Rick have always had this weird relationship. She blames Rick for losing Sophia, and he kicks her out. So I don't know. That's kind of a weird. That would be weird if they went that route. I don't think that makes sense personally, because they kind of hate each other, right? Because she killed Karen and David and everything, and yeah, they've always been on opposite. Opposites attract, but no, I personally don't like it. So I think those are probably the three main possibilities. I really don't see any other possibilities here. That would be anybody who Rick would probably be interested in, close to his age group. So I would say either Michonne or a new character, probably late Season 5, maybe Season 6, we could see something like that. But for the time being, at the start of Season 5, I don't think we're going to see anything like that with Rick, because Daryl's kind of had that a little bit, and we'll probably see some more with that. Also, there's, of course, Sasha and Bob, Maggie and Glenn. So for the time being, I think they've fulfilled their relationship quota for the show. But eventually, probably Season 6, Season 7, I'm sure we'll see something like that. And for me personally, I'd like to see Michonne the most, Michonne and Rick. Or, a new character, I guess you'd kind of have to go with, because I don't think Carol or anybody else in the group makes sense. So those are kind of my thoughts on it. Season 5, going forward in the future of the TV series, who should be Rick's partner, should he get into another relationship. I think it's enough time since the Lori death, because that was in Season 3. We're going into Season 5 now, so you're looking at over 2 full seasons with a time skip in the middle, and them losing the prison and everything. So I think it makes sense. I think it's time. I mean, that happened when they just got to the prison. So if you guys remember. So I think that makes sense. So let me know what you guys think about that. If you like the video, please sum it up, like it below. Let me know what you think about the old backdrop again, how you feel about that. And yeah, just let me know what you guys think about this topic. It's a good topic, and who you'd like to see Rick with. Or would you not? Would you rather see him? Nobody. He's a strong leader by himself. Makes sense too. Anyway, yeah, so that's all I got to say for this one. I'll call it here. That's it for this video, guys. I'll see you for the next one. This is Trev, as always, and I'm saying peace.